Hello, everyone. My name is Eugene Bozzi from Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey, USA. My track is for whole person, and the title of my talk is The 5 A's in Dealing with Adversity. And when I'm speaking of adversity, I'm not necessarily talking about things that can happen on a day-to-day or week-to-week basis, but actually a real crisis, real adversity that can happen in our lives that could drain us of our energy, can drain us of our psyche. And let's face it, in our business, we really have to be up and motivated because, well, how can we motivate others, our clients and prospects, to take action when we ourselves are not motivated, right? So I developed these 5 A's that not only help me in my personal and professional life, but actually transform my mind into a different way of thinking in dealing with these crises, and not only help me in my personal and professional growth, but my overall approach to life as well. So I'll tell you my story briefly. Right in 2016, I had a cancer diagnosis, and I underwent surgery and chemotherapy treatments, and I resumed work in June of that year. The following year, the cancer came back, and I had additional treatment, but I was able to do so on an outpatient basis. So far, so good in that respect. But 2018 came, and I had a crisis of a different nature. My dad, my mentor, my best friend, right? My dad became very ill that year and had a year-long painful illness, and he passed in the fall of that year. The following year, 2019, my mom became progressively ill. She was sick the entire year, and she passed 9 months to the day of my dad. And then, 2020 came. We all know about that one. Had to do business a different way after many, many years of doing it face to face. And 2021 was more of the same. During that time period, I actually moved from a career agency office to my own private office. I doubled my staff, and I doubled my production progressively throughout those years, accumulating in a quarter to the table in 2021 and my company's president's citation. I also was on 3 MDRT committees at my company, and was very vital and there for my parents and my children who were high school and grade school level at the time. How did I do that? Well, I knew I had to do things differently, right? I couldn't do things the way I was. So I developed the 5 A's of dealing with adversity. And the first A was acceptance. Now, things that you can control, obviously you adjust and you change. But the things you can control, that you cannot, you have to accept. No sense in thinking, why did this happen to me? And what could I have done differently? Pointless. So you just accept it. And that's the first step of moving on. Then the second A was to ask. And it seems simple enough, but when you're experiencing great crisis, sometimes it doesn't occur to you, but to ask. And for me, it's asking help of my higher power. Most of us believe in something greater than ourselves. I do. I believe, ask and you shall receive, knock and the door shall be open. So I continue to ask my higher power for help, and I still do daily. But not only that, but my family and friends and my colleagues, my team, very vital. So asking for help. And then the third A, you've heard about it before, but I'm here to tell you that I practice it, and I still do, is affirmations. I affirm what I want, or I express them in the present tense of what I want to have happen in my life. And I say them daily, multiple times a day, and I still do to this day. And sometimes I adjust them, but affirmations. And the fourth A, because when you do these 3, you start to get ideas, right? And sometimes human nature is to dismiss it, but that's when we really have to act. Fourth A is act, take action. Have to take action. Very important. And may need to adjust it. Please have to act. And then the 5th A, which colors everything and brings it all to life, is appreciate. Appreciate everything that's going right. And some may say even appreciate the very thing that's causing you the adversity. Because when we think back, times when we had real growth in our lives is when we had real adversity and came through the other side. And I remember I was going through chemo to the hospital for my chemo sessions. I had the weight of the world on my shoulders until I saw the little kids there getting chemo, and they were laughing and playing. Taught me a lesson. So I started having a new approach, and I would go to my chemo sessions and give boxes of candy to the chemo nurses. Appreciate. And when you do all of these, it leads to what my dad always said is having a great attitude. and also helps you develop a strong belief system. And with belief leads to faith, and with faith you can do anything, which is leading me to share my story with you. So thank you for listening.